I ain't got no time cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating this a party, 1 o'clock time. You can bring your mama down.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Sacramento Condors and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. In trouble, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And the Bills at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And it's incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now it's Hines. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Oh, he pulls over it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. To throw is Wilson. And that's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning to points for the other side.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Allen now looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time through the air. And even 70 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Harris diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, His teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape. I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. A good pickup there, a 22. Now a first down carry for Harris. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Now Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And that one, my goodness.
I'm shorter than that one. I don't finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. So the completion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Hines. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Ready.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Condors will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see it when he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now Wilson on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They hand this off to Harris, and this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 28-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
Again, it's Harris. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run with Harris. And this time he is in.
Najee Harris, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Condors open the lead up to 34-0.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto. And so
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 6 yards away. And the Condors get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 42-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Allen's throw is complete, and they'll work this down inside the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jalen Phillips bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now Allen, got to have this one. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They run with Hines. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 70 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give to Harris. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Jalen Phillips on the touchdown. Taken down at the 18-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Bills say they have it, and they do. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win. Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
11 yards on the pickup there.
First down, Sacramento.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Second and 9 from the 44. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here this fourth quarter. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. On 2nd and inches, Allen.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Okay, ready?
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Sacramento, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
Leaving my mark like a, I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue, I can't be no no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sitting